What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Steven.
And I'm your host, Anthony.
We're welcoming you with a special guest, Dominic. He's joining us today.
Hello.
And welcoming you to the series premiere of The Outer Rim, where we break down news and entertainment. Alright, so Anthony, I figured if we get it started out today, guys, with the fact that Star Wars The Force Awakens has surpassed Avatar and Titanic as the #1 movie of all time. How insane is that?
Before we get into that...
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Before we get into anything, let's get into a game.
You want to get into a game? Really?
Yeah, into a game here.
Alright, we'll go ahead. Okay, guys, I guess. I thought Star Wars The Force Awakens thing was pretty impressive. Thought it beat everything else, but okay.
No, I'm saying we can talk about Star Wars. I'm talking about into a game here on Battlefront.
Oh. Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
We're just gonna sit here talking.
Alright, so, alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and get us into a game of cargo, since it's simple and everything else, and don't have to worry about nothing. Alright.
I'd follow you anywhere.
Alright, so, like I said, Star Wars The Force Awakens has surpassed Avatar and Titanic as the #1 movie of all time. What do you think about that, guys?
Well, Dom, you want to go first?
No, I'm good.
I think it's...
I mean, I kind of expected it would be amazing. I mean, after all, it's been so long since we've had an actual good Star Wars movie.
Well, no, that when I went to go see it, I had the worst time of my life because my aunt over there was trolling the whole movie.
Well,
Yeah, you did have a bad experience.
well, I'm sure you didn't have the worst experience, unlike that guy over there that ended up walking out of the movie and people waiting, and he spoiled it for everybody, and he got beat up for it.
Well, no, not that bad, but my aunt was basically saying like how all the other people were more attractive and why are these actors ugly?
Yeah, he had a bad experience. Dom, I would definitely go see it again if I was you.
Almost definitely.
Well, I've already got my copy pre-ordered digitally. I'm going to pick it up digitally again at Walmart because it comes with 3 posters. But you know, call me crazy, but I love The Force Awakens, and I'm going to of course, get it on Blu-ray, as I know you will too, Anthony.
Yeah, I'm definitely waiting for the hardcore.
Yeah, no. And according to Disney, it only took Star Wars 20 days to gross a total of $760 million, overthrowing Avatar, which earned $750 million in its original 7-month run.
Hopefully, that's a sign. That's a good sign for a lot of.
I was about to say, I think Star Wars is in excellent hands. I mean, J.J. Abrams knew exactly what he was doing. He went on. He didn't take the movie with a grain of salt. He actually went in as a huge fan of Star Wars, and he just blew us away. And I really hope that you know, as a huge Star Wars fanatic as myself, and I know you, Anthony, and then Dom, that we end up seeing every single Star Wars that's been released now, The Force Awakens, the new trilogy ends up really surpassing each film and really surprising us. And I'm pretty sure that they're going to keep the trend where something ends up being a surprise to all of us and blowing us out of the water.
Let me just get this out the way, because I know it's going to come up one day. I am a huge fan.
A fan of what?
Episode 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I am too. So.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people like the prequels. For one, I can watch the prequels, you know, and I grew up with Episode 1. I grew up with Episode 1. I think I like Episode 1 more than Episode 2. Only because I grew up with Episode 1 and I have memories that go along with that, and maybe that make me biased. I don't know, but I really enjoyed growing up watching the films. And you know, incidentally enough, I don't know if you did, Anthony, but when they re-released the remastered of the original trilogy in theaters years and years ago, my dad and my brother actually took me to go see those. So actually, in total, I have seen every Star Wars movie in a theater.
Wow, that's crazy. And then even though they did that.
Yeah, and this stuff right here that I just read off to you guys was posted about a week ago, and as of January 12th, it is Monday. It has grossed 850 million US dollars and 1.751 billion worldwide.
That's insane.
No, and as a huge Star Wars fan, I can see it being so huge. I mean, I still think it's ridiculous that I don't know if you heard about that news lady that really went crazy, said, I don't get what the big deal is, blah blah blah, Star Wars, a lot of geeks and everything else. Like, you understand, there are a lot of hot nerd girls out there. There are a lot of them, and there are a lot of good-looking geeks and nerds and everything. I mean, I don't care what you say, and I guarantee, that these numbers right here have proved to her that almost the whole world is a nerd.
You mean you're talking about that one Fox reporter?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Waving around our nerd sticks.
Yeah, that's what she called them. She called them nerd sticks. Called them nerd sticks.
Who's this? I never heard of that.
She's check it out when you get a chance. It's a Fox News reporter, and she was just an idiot. I mean, and she just went on this talk really bad about everybody who likes Star Wars and what the big deal is and how Star Wars is ridiculous and how we go around waving our nerd sticks and everything else.
And that we're all basically terrible people because they threatened her life or something like that.
How did they threaten her life?
No, it wasn't just her being a
lightsaber?
dumbass. Something like that. But it wasn't a dumbass. The whole freaking news crew was a dumbass because they thought George Lucas was still making the movies.
God, man. Jesus Christ.
No, and yeah, what do you want to say anything?
Oh no, I was gonna say I just can't wait for episode 8.
No, and here's what my prediction is. That we will find out that probably, I mean, people were saying that possibly Daisy Ridley's character, Rey, is possibly Han and Leia's daughter. But here's why I think that's false. None of them have a British accent, so where would she pick up this British accent?
I don't even think that.
No.
Right. I knew. I mean, not knew, but I feel that she really.
I feel it too. And some people are saying that she's the granddaughter of Obi-Wan.
We should have said that there's gonna be some Star Wars spoilers in here. So.
Yeah, we should have said. Well, we haven't really said anything that spoils it yet.
I could say it right now. 3 little words.
we haven't said anything yet about any Star Wars spoilers. But heads up, you might hear some. So luckily, if you stuck it this far, you haven't heard any spoilers. And other people were saying that Daisy Ridley is also Rey is also Obi-Wan's granddaughter.
I've heard about that.
That doesn't make sense.
See, here it does. Well, here because you never hear on the original trilogy, previous films about Obi-Wan, and we know he's had a love before he became a Jedi, or when he was during the Jedi training, but he never gave in to those feelings. However, he's since the original trilogy, you've never heard anything whatsoever about him falling in love with anybody. And here's the other thing you listen to. He also takes great relief of the Jedi will and the Jedi code. He doesn't give in to those feelings because they can be dangerous. So he doesn't give in to those feelings. So why would he end up doing that when he knows he has to watch over this? He has to train this Jedi as a young boy. He knows he's going to have to. So why would he jeopardize that?
Makes sense.
No, but I did see stuff like that, but even so, I don't know if we're gonna spoil it, but when that thing happens,
Yeah.
It makes no sense for her to have those flashbacks.
Yeah,
not those.
Yeah, I mean it's connected. It's ought to be someone. They're ancestors. Ancestors.
So it wouldn't make sense for Obi-Wan. So.
And I love Ewan McGregor.
I do too.
As a matter of fact, Yeah, I saw that. Like,
yeah.
Star
There's
Wars
just,
A Balance in the Force.
it's just a rumor right now, but you know, maybe it'll come to pass. I definitely know they are making that Han Solo picture, you know, and I can't. I really would love to see that. I would love to see him actually do the Kessel Run. That would be really interesting to see.
James Franco was in the role for it, in the one of the 12 roles.
What was he really?
I heard I heard our beloved Call was actually in the role.
Yeah, Chandler Riggs.
Now since we're on the top of
I don't know
the.
about him being Han Solo.
No, you know, they'd have to. I think what they can do is they can find anybody who actually has the swiftness and suave that Harrison Ford would have, and just look a little bit like him as much as they can. They would be able to do something like that real good, and I think that they could pull off a really good Han Solo movie. Now, did you know originally they had the guy scheduled to do the Han Solo movie who actually did the terrible flop film of Fantastic Four?
Oh.
Originally, he was signed on to do it, and nobody wanted him to do it because of the horrible movie he made.
That's crazy.
Now, Gareth Edwards, who's directed Rogue One. I think, because I know after Rogue One, he's going to do another Godzilla movie. I think. Basically, I think he's going to do a real good job because he did a real good job bringing back Godzilla. 2 movies he's made in the Monsters and then Godzilla. Real good movies, real good films. So I think he'll end up bringing a real good feel to Rogue One, and I'm really interested to see a lot more from the Battlefront, you know, point of view. You know, what it's like on the Battlefront.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait for the next Godzilla movie though. That's gonna be good.
I didn't know there was another one coming out.
Yeah, there's 2 more that are scheduled to come out.
You know what?
What is it? What's going to be the villain? King, whatever his name is.
And it's been said that King Ghidorah will be in it. Mothra will be in it.
Dragon?
Yeah, that's the 3-headed dragon. But I guess there's a lot of other Star Wars stuff coming out. There's been talk about a Star Wars show, a new Star Wars live-action show that will come out, either being on Hulu or Netflix.
I actually heard, I heard about that. That was like something that was planned that George Lucas was actually going to be doing. But some reason it never got picked up.
Yeah, and I think somebody's supposed to be picking that up. And then we got way more games of Star Wars coming out, and we got Star Wars things coming out the wazoo, guys. I mean, we've got Star Wars coming from every which way. I mean, I think Star Wars by far is probably the biggest phenomena in history.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for more RPG games like to this day.
Oh man,
Well, and that's the one talk they've been talking about is that new there's a Han Solo game going to be coming out, and it's supposed to be like a free roam like Assassin's Creed, because they got the one person who worked on Assassin's Creed to do the new Han Solo game. So going to be free roam, and they said they want it to be RPG also. So I think that would be really awesome.
I don't know. I always have a sour taste about playing like as somebody. I want to create somebody, live my own story, not relive something.
I actually like that too. I mean, I know Visceral. They're with their Star Wars game that they're making. I know that they're gonna do well, because I mean they do have some pretty good stories. With Dead Space and everything like that, so they can tell a story. But I don't know how I feel about them doing the RPG stuff. That's gonna be new to them. So
yeah, it is. And, I do like creating my own character fact, but I think it's pretty interesting for Han Solo, because you don't really get to see him on a lot of his adventures, and of course you're going to be able to see some of that in the new Han Solo film. But it'd be pretty cool to relive a lot of the stuff that Han Solo's possibly been through, and for it to be canon too. So I mean, you get win-win there.
Yep.
Like I said, speaking of future of Star Wars and story, you guys have heard the theory going around that Snoke is actually Darth Vader's clone.
Yes,
No, I've seen that only because of that. They both have the matching scar on their head.
Yes, it says they both have large head wounds and both have same scar on the same side of their cheek. But you know, also there is something else to note about this. Vader, if you look back, like Vader, we know for a fact Vader was also heavily invested in the cloning process, just like he was in the Force Unleashed. And Darth Vader would also talk about Anakin in the third person, and so maybe Snoke is doing the same.
Well, I don't even know. I mean, real far.
I thought it was, and see, Snoke has been mentioned as an operator in the shadows who has witnessed the rise and the falls of the many empires and armies. So he's been around for quite a while. So I don't know how, if he was a clone, I don't know how long he would have been around from Darth Vader. It had to have been soon after. You know, it had to have been soon after Darth Vader first got into his suit and everything else. Like as soon as the Emperor saved him.
Well, yeah, because like in the novel, spoilers, he had said too in the Force Awakens novel that he actually saw Darth Vader to that pit or whatever. So he witnessed all that. So I don't see how he can be a clone.
Oh, if he witnessed it, oh,
Yeah.
okay, and that's okay. So obviously, I mean, yeah, because and Snoke could be a Force. You know, well, here's the thing. First is Vader was always on the front lines who ruled with an iron fist, but Snoke, you know, he's behind he's obviously a hermit. You know, we don't really know if he's a hermit, but he's obviously not there in the heat of battle. He's not taking command. He's only giving orders. Also, there's the theory that Snoke could be a Force Sith ghost, and people theorize that he could have fed off of Vader's dark side, and that Vader's Sith ghost takes on some of his scars and stuff.
Okay, you see, now doing that, they're kind of just pulling off the Old Republic when Darth Revan and himself got split from his dark side and his light side.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, in the Old Republic, it's one of their, it's not a spoiler really. It's one of their freaking expansion parts. It's where you take on Darth Revan and stuff like that. And I don't know how it happened because I never played it, but as far as I know, he did get split off from his light and dark side. His dark side is just the physical form. His light side was the spiritual form.
Well, and if you think about it, that would kind of make sense. Obviously, if I don't think of Hayden Christensen when I see the ending of Return of the Jedi, but I see, older Anakin Skywalker in all his glory, standing with his light side, and then possibly, it could be the dark side. But then, how would that happen? Obviously, because if Snoke saw Darth Vader fall into the pit, then obviously he was already alive, and this theory is flushed down the drain.
Apparently, if you read into the details, man, it's out there. If you look into the details, it says like he witnessed a lot of stuff. He witnessed even the Clone Wars. So,
yeah, and I'm sure he did.
Okay, now when you say that, the other theory is, it's Darth Plagueis.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing about Darth Plagueis, and I think it's Darth Plagueis too. But Andy Serkis, who played the CI Snoke, said some things to the all the fan theories to Entertainment Weekly. He said when he did the motion capture work for Snoke, he didn't know what the character would look like. And the quote from Entertainment Weekly states that when he first started working on it, he had some rough notions of how Snoke was going to look, but it really hadn't been fully formed and almost came out of discussion and performance. And Entertainment Weekly speculates that Snoke might up actually being Darth Plagueis. But Andy Serkis goes on to say, just turns out to be just Snoke.
Well, I don't think he's actually gonna spoil that though.
And then Serkis says that he has seen the previous films and he's aware of the events that transpired, and says his character is a new addition to the saga. Serkis goes on to describe that Supreme Leader Snoke is quite an enigmatic character who is strangely vulnerable at the same time as being quite powerful. Obviously, he has a huge agenda and he has suffered a lot of damage.
Okay, well, or I'm just being stupid right here. I mean, it was just a hologram. Maybe it's really Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, you know how much we'd be raging if that actually did. Snoke, and that it's basically a completely new character. It really makes you wonder, what if it isn't Snoke? So who else could it be? Like, what if it isn't Darth Plagueis? Who else could it be? I mean, like he said, it may be a new character, but what if it actually is Darth Plagueis and he's just trying to throw us off the trail? I mean, honestly, I don't. Yeah, like you said, Anthony, but I don't understand that, why he would try to do that, or just say Snoke is a unique character, but he goes into different detail about this stuff. So I don't know what the deal is with that.
Yeah, it was Luke the whole time.
Watch, they're gonna freaking pull some stuff out from those. I think it was that one book that our friend Adam really hates, is where it's just a clone of Emperor Palpatine.
Well, see,
yeah,
but see, it looks, there's no way it's a clone of Emperor Palpatine. For one, it doesn't even look like Emperor Palpatine.
Well, what does Emperor Palpatine look like? You see how hideous his face was? You see how he can freaking morph his face in the prequels?
Okay, yeah, but I know, but here's the thing: is if Snoke always looked like that, then obviously Emperor Palpatine, he didn't look ugly until he transformed from the back, from the lightsaber deflecting his lightning and then coming back and hitting him. So obviously, Snoke wouldn't look so ugly until he
let that happen, though, because he could have easily killed Mace Windu.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously he could have done that, but he was waiting. He was waiting for Anakin. He knew Anakin what he was wanting to do, and he was waiting for Anakin.
To do it.
All right. So, what kind of gaming news we got, Anthony?
All right. Well, let's see. Are we all done with Star Wars? Don't have anything else to say about Star Wars?
No, just that I want an RPG game, sort of like the Old Republic.
Yeah, definitely want that.
Oh, I do have to add one thing. Battlefront, right now, as it is, I've been searching up Battlefront DLC like every day, and this one article name called Christian Post. They constantly repost the same exact thing every few hours, and this has been getting on my nerves. Like, they keep posting the same exact thing, like there's nothing new, and then other people are going on to say no space combat in DLC, and then at the same time other people are saying space combat hinted in DLC survey, blah blah blah. I'm like thinking, people, will you just shut up and stop reposting the same stuff? Jeez, like, I'm just getting.
I mean, they could have space combat. All they have to do is really just put a space map and then.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, okay, for example, when I search Battlefront DLC, Christian Post always put up, like, here it is, 21 hours ago. DLC 2000 survey hint space combat. They've already posted that up like 3 days ago, and then 2 days ago, and then a day ago, and then they always post it like every 5 hours. Like, they're trying to get so many different hits on they're hoping they get so many hits on their page. It's like, it's sickening.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're gonna have to wait for Battlefront 2 for all the stuff that we really want in Battlefront.
Battlefront 2 will bring a lot, so
yes.
And I can't wait for Battlefront 2. I really can't.
How awesome would it have been, though, if we did have space combat in Battlefront to destroy the Death Star?
That would be pretty cool. Yeah, to destroy the Death Star. That would be a really cool little mode, And then of course you have TIE fighters coming in, so like you could be the Imperials trying to take out the X-wings until the time limit. So you have to keep them off for a certain amount of time, and then if you run out of time, the Imperials win. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, you get Darth Vader's TIE fighter and Luke's. That would
it would be really cool.
I mean, not that there's really anything different from the others, but it's just like there was a person in it.
It's a little bit more powerful too, probably.
Unless they want to do like we're in the middle of the TIE fighter instead of that little ball, it's Darth Vader's helmet.
But there's from this website called Express. They said that Red Dead Redemption 2 release date could be this year. How do you feel?
Ooh. Well, then that means they'd have to announce it this year at E3.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they're thinking they're gonna do it like E3 this year, and then it'll go out this holiday season around there, this fall.
Well, and honestly, I can't wait for. I would love another Red Dead game, especially on next gen consoles. Can you imagine how? I mean, Red Dead Redemption looked gorgeous on last gen consoles. It just looked gorgeous. Can you imagine how it's going to look on next gen? Well, current gen anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna pretty crazy. Ooh.
It is. Anthony, did you hate being Jack Marston at the end of it?
No, yeah, the son? Oh my god, yeah. Fuck that guy.
Get on my nerves.
Nobody liked that guy.
No, you know, I actually went back. I actually had 2 saves. One where I could play back as Jack Marston and complete all the rest of the stuff. And the second one where I could just go back and play as John Marston anytime I want.
Yeah. But Dom, how do you feel about Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out this year?
To be honest, I never beat Red Dead Redemption. I only really played with you, Anthony, you and Steven. I mean,
so
no, maybe I was just.
You never beat Red Dead?
No, I mean I know the ending, but I'm just saying like no, maybe I was just a little too young at the time to even focus on beating that game.
Yeah, Dom, I remember back then in the day, all you really cared about was Dragon Age. I remember you played that a lot.
Well, I mean, even my other friend, I could never get enough
for
of
me,
this.
I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Red Dead Redemption.
I am too.
2,
I really hope it's actually a prequel to Red Dead Redemption, so you're actually playing as John Marston again, and you actually can go and rob banks and stuff, and be with the gang and see what it was like with the gang.
But sticking with Rockstar, they kind of hinted at a Grand Theft Auto 5 story expansion. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
No, I mean, I haven't really been playing GTA. I mean, since I don't have Xbox Live anymore, and since I don't have my GTA 5 on PS4 anymore, I kind of gave up on that, especially since, I've been missing out on a lot of content and DLC from GTA, so it's like, what's the point, I really wanted all that stuff. It'd be nice to have all that stuff that came with the eventual, DLCs and all that, but unfortunately, you can't get all that stuff now.
Dom's the only one that has GTA 5, so Dom, what do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Well, despite the fact that I really didn't pay for GTA 5 myself, I was forced to.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Let me just tell you, because of course I share the PlayStation with my brother. Whenever I'm at work, he's over here playing it. Do you know how many times I've had to delete GTA 5? I don't care for the game. I mean, I was forced into playing it. I mean, the multiplayer is not as fun as for me as GTA 4 was.
I think the single player for GTA 5 is way more fun though than GTA 4 single player.
Really?
That's true.
Well,
they're just you just do so much. Yeah, the story was. I love the story. The story was really interesting.
The story for Nico was pretty good too. I thought that was pretty intense with his stuff. But
cousin, it is your cousin.
Although I do think it's pretty dark. I do think it's pretty dark when during when he's doing the unveiling and you're sitting there on the couch with the detonator ready to blow his head off, later to blow the cell phone up.
Alright, well let's move on here to did you guys check out the Division trailer?
No, I saw you put that, but I haven't actually.
I was gonna say, Dom, you should watch it. It's on I have it on my Facebook.
Oh yeah, that's right, the Division.
Really good. And Dom, I know you're in the beta, right? You entered into the beta too.
Hopefully, I'm in the beta. I mean, unless they pull some, BS like they have been, where they give you the beta, but not me.
Well, there was BS when Anthony got to join the. It was bull when Anthony got to join the alpha for Battlefront, but I didn't.
Oh no, I I get the beta automatically though because I pre-ordered the game. If you pre-order the game, you get it automatically to join the beta.
Mm.
Yeah. So it looks like Steven, you don't really care about that much about the Division, right? You should enter this to the beta though. That'll be good content for your subscribers. But let's see. Well, I don't even think we can put videos out on that, can we?
If it's beta,
Well,
I
actually,
doubt it.
There's only one way. I mean, because I've seen, you know, other YouTubers put their betas up there, but unless they give you a non-disclosure agreement, you can't.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And it was on like Battlefront beta. Everybody, Dice said go nuts with it.
Yeah, well, sadly, it kind of broke my heart, but Mass Effect Andromeda senior developer Chris Wynn left the BioWare team last week.
Oh, he did?
But it looks like, yeah, but it looks like everything's still under schedule, so they're still gonna get a 2016 release
Now,
date.
is there any details on why he left?
He just said he had a heavy heart, you know, like I guess it was hard for him to leave, but I guess there was some disagreements or something. But Mass Effect will still be at E3 though, so that's a good thing. They're still going to show gameplay, and it still has a 2016 release date. But it just sucks that he left.
Let's just get a Mass Effect 3 treatment where they just scrap the ending and freaking whatever the hell they want.
Oh my god.
You know,
I hope they don't.
Nothing screams ending a video game like slideshows.
Right? God.
Well,
so
speaking
bad.
of leaving, what's his face left? I really wanted to play the new Silent Hill game, and I was so upset. Yeah, I was so. Did you hear that? Basically, there was a code inside the playable trailer that basically said he was going to end up leaving. You know, basically you're telling like from the tapes and everything else. But
well, I still have the PT demo, so I can. Go
I still do as well, and it looked gorgeous, and I was really wanting to see Norman Reedus in that game. I'm pretty sure he's still upset about that because that was supposed to be his game, and there's still petitions. I mean, going out that Guillermo del Toro he signed a thing as well to get the game back up.